All right. Good to see everybody. Happy Saturday. It's the weekend. It's beautiful outside. So we'll enjoy this class and then maybe go outdoors, right? That's my plan. So today I'm subbing for Jason. So we'll do an in-class my way. Everybody does it their way. So we're going to start to open up the lower body first. With the change of season, it's good to open the meridians that are related to the spleen and the lung meridian and the liver to process the new changes. So we're going to start with using our therapeutic balls. So we got all kinds of gadgets today. So if you're practicing at home, if you have a foam roller and some tennis balls from your garage, they can be good. And then we use 2 blocks to open up the chest and the upper body. And then we'll need a small bolster or a rolled blanket to get to open the side body. So basically, we're going to start with the lower body and then get up here, neck and shoulders and side body. So we'll start with these little guys. We're going to get them out of the socket. I'm going to stand to get the meridians in the foot. This is called reflexology. We will use this kind of technique to open up all the meridians and the organs in the body, because in this kind of practice in Chinese medicine, there's all kinds of tiny points in the foot that correspond to your whole body. So let's say the head and neck would be the big toe. So let's address that a little bit. Just kind of scratch over that ball with your big toe and second finger, second toe. And as we get more in the ball of the foot, we're going to get all this thoracic area, basically. So just use enough pressure to feel a sensation, which you probably will, because this area, it can be a little sore, a little tense when we do it, which means those organs do need a little help. So the ball of the foot, see if you can do a side-to-side movement. And then you can also do back and forth. That's going to drop you into the plantar area of the foot, the soft area, which would be this area in the body, the midsection. The soft area, the internal organs below the rib cage. As we go a little bit further towards the heel, we're going to have the lower body below the hips. So here you can even try a circular movement or still go up and down and side to side. As long as you can control the ball and have enough weight, it should be good. And then towards the end of the heel, right in the back edge of the heel, we can put some pressure, just lean your weight into that side and lean into the very back end of the heel for the sciatic nerve. This is the end of the sciatic nerve. And it's kind of a stiff area, so we need a lot of pressure. You may not feel much when you do this one, but it still activates the sciatic nerve, opens up that pathway. And then do a little bit more movement throughout the whole foot, the best way you can to kind of address as much area as we can. Maybe lean the toe on the inside to get the outside edge of the foot a bit more. Go again in that thoracic chest cavity in the ball of the foot, because that's the most stiff area in the body because of the encasing of the rib cage. So we're gonna breathe as we do this. Nice and long breaths. When you find a tense point that kind of triggers some sensation, sometimes you feel that organ that it corresponds to. You may feel a little stitch or a sensation of tingling in your upper body as you do this, or you may not. But if you're sensitive enough, you're gonna feel, oh, this works right there. Oh, that works right here. So you can get the feedback because everything is connected in the body through the meridians, the fascia, muscles, tendons connect with each other. So it's gonna be feeling something in another area. Okay, let's go back to the toes one more time. Lean into the edge of the foot towards the head and neck, which is the big toe. So we hold a lot of tension here. And take 2 breaths. If you ever have intense neck pain or tension, you can hook your big toe with your thumb and index finger and thumb. So you press right under the big toe. That's gonna get you great relief at the neck area. That will correspond to the neck and your big toe with your head. So you just press right there, nice and strong. As you breathe in, you press. As you breathe out, you relax. So those are some techniques you can do. And now let's do the other side. Start at the big toe. Put as much pressure as you can. Make sure you breathe in long. Breathe out long to release that tension. Waking up the energy in the meridians. Getting more flow, more circulation in the periphery. Go towards the little toe. And now drop into the middle of the foot for the soft area below the rib cage. Go in a circle or side to side, front and back, all of 3 directions to kind of get that whole area covered. So that will be your liver, your stomach, your pancreas, your intestines, all those important areas, the viscera, the internal organs. If you do this regularly, you're gonna basically balance the internal organs and you just have better flow of energy, you feel better, more energized. And now go towards the heel, get more towards the hips. And tennis balls that you may have around, they're just fine. Or if you want something stronger, the lacrosse balls. Because when you do it for a while, you feel like the soft ones are not enough. So you can graduate to the lacrosse ones. Okay, go a little bit more towards the outside and then drop towards the heel. And we'll get that sciatic nerve endpoint. Drop your weight into the left side now. Take a deep breath. All right, then go back to the soft area, up and down, try and do the whole foot. And one more time, back to the chest and rib cage. The whole of the foot. towards the big toe for the head and neck. And if you do get headaches, you also want to pinch the side of the big toe. So you're going to go and press right there and then press the other way on the fingernail. You press and hold and breathe in as you press, breathe out as you release. Do that about like 15 seconds on the inhale and 15 on the exhale. So you want to breathe long and deep and get the big toe in all directions. And then hook under the big toe for the neck. Just right that whole area under the, so basically pinching your big toe right at its base from top and bottom. All right. So we got the whole body taken care of. Hey, we're done. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the lower leg with the roller. So that will serve the lower body really well. And then we move to the upper body. Put those guys to the side. And now everybody has the foam roller. Okay. If you don't have this one at home, there is no really way to improvise. You can use a tubing from your piping in the house, but don't do that. So you can buy one. So now we're gonna get the lower leg on the outside and then the inside. So we're gonna lean cross section into the roll like you have an X. You and the roller makes an X on the outside of that shin. And hands on the floor, we're gonna roll this outside area of the leg. So you're going sideways on the roll, like you have an X going. Then hands go on the floor to lift off the weight. And you're gonna roll from the ankle almost to the knee. This is the side of shin bone and some other important muscles and tendons and meridians here that are very tight because we never really stretch and open this area. So use your body weight to roll from your core, and you're leaning back into that left foot to roll your right leg. Or you can even hold it still right by the ankle first. Hold and breathe. It's gonna be tense, right, Jane? It's gonna be ouchy, ouchy at first, okay? So you can hold and breathe in one area and address that, and then move a little higher and hold and breathe there. Or you can continue to roll back and forth, whichever one you can take easier today. Because if you've never done this area, it's gonna be really intense. Okay. So lean a little bit more on the side. So you wanna have your foot in. It's not the shin bone in the front, the side of the shin. So drop it like that, come this way, yeah, there you go. We're gonna get the front too, but we're starting on the side, then the front, then the inside. So lean more outward, Diane, so you have that. Yeah, that's it. You have more of that side of the shin covered. Jane, you too, lean more to the right, come more to the right. Like that. Okay, good. And maybe you just hold and still in one area today, the one that feel more tense, and make sure to try and breathe. If you, yeah, I'm sorry, I know it is, because you've never done it. Yes, I'm sorry, it is. I did say, because we never address that area. It's so tight, so tense, it holds so much tension. Basically, pain is a message to us that we have constriction, tightness, blockage there, okay? So it's a message from the body. It's not bad, it's just the reality, okay? But don't do too much, just do, you know, a little bit so you can still breathe. It will take your breath away, but you don't want that, okay? Okay, so let's be done with that side. I'm sorry. Now we'll do the front. The shin bone, you know how we get shin splints? Is because the circulation doesn't happen well in this area. It's bony, but it still has blood vessels that need to be staying open to circulate. So we're gonna go straight in the front. This one we can do both shins at the same time. So lean on your knees right there on the roll, and you can go up and down from the ankle to the knee. Welcome again. Deep breaths. Oh man, you gotta have to text me ahead. So, Diana, are you gonna do that foam rolling? I'm not coming. Because nobody does it. I have to do it. I'm sorry. Well, if you do join a Friday morning class, you would get the tennis balls directly into those areas. So that one goes even deeper. It's even more painful. This one is just a little bit. Yeah, I know. So because we only have that once a week and not everybody can do Friday mornings, I'm kind of bringing it in my classes every so often. So you just got lucky today, because I don't do it every time, I promise. Okay, if you cannot breathe anymore, you gotta stop, okay? Let's do the other side, on the left side, on the outside. Yeah, this is deep tissue massage, like you're doing your own massage. Let's lean into the left side now. You will feel so much better after. You're gonna have like light feet, light energy. You're gonna feel you can almost float after a while, because we have so much stagnation in the lower body, especially in the legs and the hips. But today we're just doing the lower legs. Then we're gonna do some more fun stuff. So lean onto that side of the left shin and roll that one. Or you can just stay next to the ankle. Right at the ankle point is just the most stagnation. The lower we go in the body, the more constricted and stagnant it is because of gravity and because we never address those areas to open them up. They cannot really be stretched in yoga. We usually basically use the legs all the time for walking, running, jogging, sitting, standing. We use them all the time. So we never get to take care of them right. Diane, you gotta tell Jason to tell Diana not to do the foam rolling anymore. Okay, now we're almost done. Just stay there and breathe, or don't stay and don't breathe and still breathe. If you're done, you're done. If not, I have to. But it's gonna release a lot of stagnation out of your body and you're gonna feel great afterwards. But it doesn't take just one time, obviously. And it gets better every time. The first time is really intense, obviously. Okay, so we're done with that. We're done both shins, we're done the sides. Now we can do the inside if you want. If you don't want, don't do the inside. For this one, I'm gonna lean in the necks again with both. Let's just do one leg at a time. It's easier. So bring that inner lower leg on the roll in the middle. And then we're just gonna roll it up and down a bit. This one's not gonna be too intense. Maybe a little bit at the ankle level if you press hard enough, but just do a light stroke here. Just running through the spleen meridian. And the spleen meridian is very good to activate and balance in the change of season, because we have to process many new things when the change of season happens. Change in temperatures, in allergens, the time zone is gonna change soon. Different things can happen in the body. Immunity needs to be increased. So we need to release the toxins from the body. All right, that right side done. And we'll do the left side. Just from the ankle right next to the knee there. This one, it's mean in the moment, but it's releasing at the end. You're gonna feel good, I promise. When you do enough, you don't feel the discomfort anymore because the areas do open up. So just at first, it's really intense. But that just only means that we have to address that. It just doesn't mean it's bad. It means it's not being addressed. Okay, last one here. Whew, I felt tingling sensation in my rib cage on the left side on the top when I do this one. So you see how it corresponds to different areas as well. Great job. Let go of that. Say bye-bye, mineral. Diane is gonna cross me off the favorites list now. I'm in trouble. You're different. I'm just teasing. I know it's not comfortable at first, but it's a good thing to do more regularly. Okay, now we're going to sit up and let all of that take effect in the lower body. So come back to your breath before we do anything else. Just sit up tall, close the eyes, and notice where you are right now. Come back to peace and comfort and joy, because we've been through a little bit of turmoil in that practice. We kind of got in deep into those tense, intense areas. It's like this deep tissue massage works. So you're pressing something against the wall and there's no give, right? It's going to bounce back and release. Same that with this, we did put pressure on the muscles, tendons, pushing them all the way into the bone, and there's no more to go. That's why you feel that pain, and then bounces back and releases and relaxes. So that's how it works. So calm down your system, notice the changes. And as you can see, after you do it for a while, you can talk and breathe and laugh through it like I do, but it's going to take some practice. In mine, I cannot say that it did not get uncomfortable, but I was still able to breathe and process it in a moment. And that's what we want to do. So don't overdo it if you do it at home. Just go to the point where you can still take it and release it as you go. So you don't want to accumulate more tension or more resistance. All right, one more breath here. And now let's go ahead and bring the arms up as you inhale. And exhale smoothly, softly, bring them down. One more time, charging up the upper body with this new energy. Inhale up. And exhale. And now next time we go up, inhale. Touch the palms. Look up. Imagine an arrow reaching up into the sky. And exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Left hand to the right knee, right hand back. Twist and look over your right shoulder. Open up in this twist. And then we'll inhale, bring the left arm up and stretch it up and over. So now we're really opening this whole left side from the hip crest to the fingertips. And rotate the arm up and look up. Just feel that stretch on the inside of the arm, which would be the heart meridian. So the heart meridian runs from the chest here, under the arm, all the way to the little finger. And now we're gonna release the neck to neutral and rotate this arm 3 times backwards. Inhale and follow with your gaze to help the eye muscles have this peripheral vision increased, keeping these tiny muscles of the peripheral eye to work properly so we can see well when we drive. Good. Now drop that arm back and see how it wants to release in the shoulder and look down to your left fingers. Breathe and open through that heart meridian. Inhale, bring it back to center and cross it over and grab your right tricep here. And bring the hand closer to the body and pull a little bit as you keep the twist. You're still a little twisted. Grab this muscle and pull, creating a little bit of tension to help the twist go into the upper back, shoulder blade, and back of the neck. 2 more breaths here. Those are long breaths. Good. And inhale, come back and release. Take a moment in the center and feel the changes in the body. Notice how your left side feels comparing to the right. Not to judge it, but just for information. To kind of notice the benefits of what we've done. And now we will switch. So inhale, right arm up. Reach it up and over first. Open the right side of the body. Bring the left hand further back. And start to gaze up as you roll the palm up. Feeling your heart meridian opening, lengthening, stretching. From the chest through the armpits, all the way to the little finger. And now let's create some circles. Backward circles, follow with your gaze. Help this energy of the heart flow freely through the arms. Follow your gaze. And release the arm down, let it drop down and back, and look over your fingers. And bring it in the center and cross it over. Reach to your tricep here. Breathe in, stand tall, use a little pressure to pull that muscle to really feel the stretch across your upper back. And look to the left, over the shoulder. Breathing into this upper body on the right side. Bringing in some new energy to push away the old energy in the body, to release that stagnation, tightness, or contraction you may find. And inhale, bring it back to center. Press the legs and sit a little bit more in this other direction, just to allow the upper body to come back to neutral, feeling all the shifts of energies in diagonal lines. Reestablishing nice balance and openness in the upper body. The chest area, of course, is very tight because of the rib cage that encases important internal organs like the heart and lungs. But it also is a chance for our body to get really tight. So we do need to work with this area to help it flow and stay open. Breathe in for 4 counts. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the navel to the spine. And inhale again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So you want to continue to breathe in this manner. If you're able to keep up the pace, you can be faster or slower. You just want to do 4, 4, 6 to make sure that release is longer. Okay, so next one is directly for the neck. So let's drop the right ear towards the right shoulder, just a tiny bit. Just let the gravity take effect. Keep the spine nice and tall, just that ear leaning. And then we're gonna bring the right hand on the outside of the left side of the head. Just put a little extra weight, but don't press too hard. You just wanna let it lean there. See how much more you can lengthen and open and receive. The base of the neck, it's very compressed and tight. Our neck is supposed to hold our head, and it is not just supposed to, all day long. So it gets really cramped, really compressed. And the neck is very important. It's the highway to the body. It has to send impulses from the brain to the body, messages and information, and also feedback from the body to the brain. So we have 80%, it's actually from the body to the brain, and it has to go through the neck. And only 20% the brain has to tell impulses to the body. So anyway, it's still an important highway. And now we're gonna add something. We're gonna bring the left hand on the outside of the rib cage and pull a little bit to create a C shape in the body. So this is gonna get the vagus nerve involved. The vagus nerve is the wandering nerve in the body. It's called wandering because it wanders all the way from the brain to the visceral area below your navel in the visceral cavity. So it's cranial nerve number 10. And it has to do with parasympathetic response. So when we balance and calm down the vagus nerve, we come back to parasympathetic nerve response, which means rest, relax, digest, and sleep. Compared to the sympathetic, that is action, super action. Sometimes the sympathetic gets super activated and we are hyper and we cannot calm down. So that means the vagus nerve is out of balance. So we're practicing calming down the vagus nerve here. And now last part of this is going to be gaze up to the left. Don't move anything, just bring the gaze up to the left side. And we continue to hold and breathe nice and slow, calming down the nervous system and also stretching the neck and the side body at the same time. And these are techniques used by physical therapists and chiropractors and doctors for people that are hyperly activated, nervous, or anxious, panicky. There's a vagus nerve stimulator, it's called VNS, that doctors can place this chip on the vagus nerve that sends impulses to the nerve when it needs to reset to get people out of depression, of panic and anxiety, or sleeping problems. So it is a true technique we can do without an implant. One more breath here. Now let's go ahead and release the gaze back to center first. Then the hand, then the head come back to neutral. And now we take a chance to notice the differences between the two sides. Just take a moment to receive the information, the feedback from your body. What happened in this pose? What do you feel? How does your body respond? You feel that that area is back to neutral and it's being reset. We can move to the other side. So let's drop the left ear gently towards the left shoulder. Keeping the spine tall, just let that ear drop a little bit. And if you need to stretch your legs out or switch them around, that is okay. And now let's bring the left hand to the right side of the head. For the second stage, just a little weight is gonna lengthen and open more. Now we're going to add a C shape. So we held the vagus nerve reset throughout the whole body. So pull right below your rib cage to sink this area in and open this area like a C. So the head goes one direction, the waist goes another direction. Breathe in a long, deep, relaxed manner, exhaling longer. And if you do get a sigh or a yawn, that's just a sign that you're releasing tension. And look up to the right. Deepen the breath. These are practices and techniques from medical doctors. Stephen Porges wrote this book, Polyvagal Nerve Theory. So that is real practice in that book. It's connected to yoga. You know, yogis knew how to do this. They didn't have this name for it. But it's ancient practices being acknowledged by science these days. All right. Inhale, release the gaze first, bring it back. Then the hands, then the head. Come back to neutral, maybe stretch the legs out and we'll sit here a bit more just to feel the changes with your knees slightly bent, or you can wrap your thighs or any areas that feel tight or tense right now or numb. Because that can happen too. Now lean forward a little bit and just take some time to allow the spine to come back to neutral. So knees are softly bent, we're not overstretching anything. Make sure the sit bones are straight down on the floor, so maybe get the flesh out of the way. Knees bend a lot, and rest your chest on your thighs, and then lean just gently. So it's a natural, slow release of the low back, of the whole spine. And if you do get your back of the neck to be super tense, get a block and we'll rest our head on the block if you like. So put the block on your shins or knees, whatever you need to, if you need some resting position for your head. If not, it's good to allow this back muscles of the neck that are keeping your neck high all day long. It's the scalene, the subscapularis, the supraspinatus, a lot of muscles that help us stay upright. So now we get a chance to release in a natural, no pressure position, just the heaviness of our own body, of our own head. It's going to create a natural stretch, getting things back to balance on the neck and upper body area. And you will feel this also at the lumbar area of the spine, especially L4 and 5, that tend to get compressed and cramped, and they pinch nerves, and then we need interventions. So it's a good practice to open up this area on a daily basis, because we do sit a lot and we drive, and everything gets compressed at that lumbar level because of our postures when we work and so forth. And when we stand even, so everything is compressed in daily lives unless you sleep. So it's a good chance to open up. If you feel a tingling sensation more than a tingling sensation, you don't want to feel anything like a pinched nerve or an electric shock. That means your sciatic nerve is acting up. So you may feel it in the back of the legs, on one side only, most likely the one that you're overusing and abusing too much. And you may feel it traveling down the leg or up the spine. If you feel it in the leg, eventually it tries to centralize. So you'll travel up to go back to L4, L5 to stabilize and centralize itself. So sometimes we have to wait a while for that to happen. Just know that this is good unless you feel electric shock sensation, you back off. Other sensations are fine. Breathe slow and deep, lengthening the exhalation to release, to relax, to send the nervous system a message of letting go, of surrendering to the pose, to the present moment. So if you notice that sensation of tightness or resistance traveling up from the back of the leg towards the spine, that is actually a good sign. It's called centralization, like I said. So basically it tweaks the system up to the point where it needs to be reset. So it's from the lower body to the spine. Because the spine is our vitality, it's our life, it's our energy. Without the spine, we'll be a vegetable. So very important to keep the spine aligned, those chakras balanced, to have nice flow of prana through the whole system. Two more breaths here, releasing with those longer exhalations. Feeling more relaxed and clear after you exhale. And slowly and gently roll back up. And we'll take a moment in Shavasana, just 2 breaths here before we do the side body. So knees are bent for this one. It's really knees together, feet apart. Just allowing the spine to reset. All right, now we will turn onto the left side. And you'll use the small bolster or your blanket if you need less height. Bolster under the side of the body, under the armpit. And then the blanket can be under our head if you're not using the blanket. Knees are softly bent. The right arm can travel up over towards the head, and left arm is also lengthened. So we're trying somehow to reach our hands together, and they may not, but that's okay. Now we're breathing freely into the right side of the body, all the way from that hip crest. We're stretching from the hip crest to the rib cage, breathing into the rib cage all the way up to the armpits. The axillary point is also a great area to release and open for good lymphatic flow. The lymph cleanses our blood and it gets the toxins out of the body. When the lymph gets blocked, the stagnation stays in the body and it causes disease. So we're helping our lymph flow. We're still helping our heart meridian as we open the inside of the arm here. So take some nice, gentle, long breaths and notice the changes. Notice the release, the space you create, the kindness you give to your body in this open pose, where you address the side body and are present with the side body sensations. You don't have many ways to stretch the side body, even in yoga, so it takes time to open this area, and it takes presence and awareness. Soften the breath. Notice the areas that need more nourishment. Bring your mind's energy, your thought, your presence, your awareness, and your breath's energy to the area to release, to transform, to transmute that stagnant energy. You may feel it right behind your shoulder, below the rib cage, or below the scapula, or right on the side body under the armpits. Everybody's gonna have a different sensation. Just breathe into that deepest sensation to help it heal. Now take a deepest breath, inhale, and then 3 more sips of small inhales, like you're sipping through your nose. And hold that breath in the body for as long as you can to help it dissipate any stagnation, to claim more space. And then when you're ready, release it smoothly. Very slow release, controlled release. Do that one more time. Breathe in as much as you can. Add a little bit more on the top. 3 more sips of air through the nose. And then hold that space. Claim more territory on the side body. increasing the lung capacity, the relaxation in the rib cage and sternum. And release softly with a sigh. Letting go. And slowly release that arm, bring it back. Rest it on your hip on your side here. Take another breath. And as you breathe in again, we inhale and sit up to switch sides. Very slowly switching sides. Go very slow. Now you're under your right armpit. Rest your head on that bolster, on that blanket. Stretch the arms up overhead. Maybe you touch your fingertips. Knees are bent, and let this pose take effect in your body. On the left side, we have the most important area in the body, the heart. Strongest muscle in the body. It has to pump continuously a lifetime. Strong, resilient, faithful muscle that helps you stay alive. So be grateful for your heart. Be grateful for your lungs that breathe for you 24/7. We have 3 lobes on the right and 2 lobes on the left. And acknowledge the lymphatic system, the rib cage itself. The hip crest gets to stretch and open here too, away from that compression of sitting. So deepening the breaths, holding the breaths, releasing smoothly and softly to help this area open and free up. And now 2 intentional breaths. Inhale long. Add 3 more sips of air at the length at the top of the inhalation. Hold it for as long as you can, claiming more space in the heart center, the side of the heart, penetrating through those walls of tension and protection around the heart. The pericardium is a natural protection around the heart, but sometimes we thicken that wall so much to protect our hearts. And we need to remember that when we build those wall of protection, they also keep away the love, the kindness, the connectedness the heart can offer. So let's demolish those walls. Let your heart be vulnerable but free. And one more long breath, just like that, holding that space, opening up, claiming territory in your own heart. And exhale smoothly, gently with a sigh, releasing any stagnation from your heart. As you exhale, release that left arm down to your side, rest it on your hip. Take a breath here to recover. Now, softly and gently, we move into Shavasana to allow the body to process all the goodness of our poses today, even the mean ones. So lay back, get your blanket around you to feel comfortable and supported and warm. Lay your legs spread apart comfortably, arms to the side. Allowing the body to soak in the nectar of all the shapes we created, all the breaths we took, all the intention we had. Allowing the body to heal, to come back to balance and harmony, to a deep state of homeostasis, where everything is in perfect balance. Body, mind, spirit, and emotions. Feeling grounded, supported, accepted, and loved. Allow this breath to go deep into the belly, below the navel, in the pranic center. Where we have a storage of energy. We can add a little bit to that storage. Centering ourselves in the core gives us power, integrity, and confidence. Allowing the breath to circulate through the spine, up and down the spine, from the back of the body to the front of the body. Bring your attention to the belly as you bring your right hand below the navel and the left hand to the center of the chest around the heart. Breathe in into those two centers of the body, the energy of the core, the loving kindness and compassion of the heart. And as you breathe in and next, connect with the eyebrow center. Right between the eyebrows in the Ajna chakra to add the concentration, inspiration, and intuition. And know that when you connect those three, you are empowered, you own your life, you own your presence, and you are well supported and centered. And slowly and gently release those hands. Come back to the room, open your eyes. Look around, get back to the outer environment, keeping the centeredness into our inner selves. Adding on a little extra, connecting the inner and the outer worlds, keeping the peace and the comfort and the joy we created. And turn to your right side. Maybe bring your knees to the chest and come into a curled up position. Or you come back in the world, give yourselves a hug. And come on up to sit when you are ready. Take a moment to sit up tall and feel your presence at the end of practice. Hands upgraded, elevated in all ways. And let's bring our hands together to seal this into our hearts and minds. Deep breath into the heart. Bring it to the eyebrow for right thought, right concentration and inspiration. To the mouth for kind speech. To the heart for loving kindness towards ourselves and others. Namaste. All right. I hope you enjoyed it all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys are welcome. Enjoy the rest of the day with great energy.